Okay, so question 2. How important is education to you as a Latino, considering 40% of Latino students drop out of high school? What does that mean to you guys? 40%, that's a really, really high number. And I mean, if you compare that with everyone in school right now, that's a really big chunk of students in high school, seniors who aren't going to graduate, or who graduate or just drop out. So what do you guys think about that? How important is you going to high school and completing your education and finishing senior year and getting your high school diploma? Is that important to everyone in this room?
I believe it's important because, let me see, at least if you finish high school, you're someone you're not like just a ghost walking around, not a dropout, just doing other things. And if you finish high school, it shows that you want to move on forward with your life and do something special or something.
Definitely, you don't want to be a shadow.
Yeah.
You want to be important. Okay. Anyone else? How important is your education right now?
It's very important to me.
Why?
Because most of my family members finished high school and over went to school to go down with.
Okay.
And so when my mom came here, she came here for me so I could have a better life and everything. So it's important for me to have my education.
Do you think that you're doing it for your family as well as yourself?
Yeah.
Are you going to be one of the first students or first person in your family to complete high school?
My cousin already did that.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome. So it's really important to you and your family to make a difference.
Yeah.
Okay. What about anyone else? Does anyone kind of have a similar feeling like that? Like they're not doing it just for themselves, they're doing it for their family? And your brothers and your sisters and everybody?
Well, yeah, I mean, I do it to inspire my little brother to come to school and do what he got to do. Because I'll be telling him all the time, if you don't come to school, you're not going to be known. You're just going to be a junkie in the street.
Yeah. You're not going to be important. You're just going to be hanging out on the street, not go to class, skip in class. But then if you come to school, do you think that helps him see his pathway that he could lead? Do you think that you help him a lot?
Yeah, sometimes he'll come and ask me about some things that like about school, and I'll have to like answer him. Like, you know.
Yeah.
He'll ask me about some schoolwork, and I'm like, well, this is how you do it. And he'll try to pay attention, but he's like one of the persons that kind of disfocused.
Yeah. How old's your brother?
12.
Oh, so he's young. He's at that stage where he's like, oh, well, I can do what I want, sort of thing. I got you. Anyone else kind of want to chime in on the importance of your education? Diego, you want to? I feel like you're thinking over there.
Well, I think education is important because it helps you be someone in society, and you'll have better opportunities in life with career, and you'll have enough money to support your family and stuff when you get older.
Let's talk about some of the stereotypes about Latinos in America. Oh, you love this question. You know some?
Yes.
So, okay, go ahead. And you can literally be as free as you want because it doesn't even matter. You can say whatever the hell you want.
Okay. Look, okay, there's this girl on my bus, she rides my bus, and she's black, like, no, Rachel. And she'll be like, she'll always be like, okay, you're Mexican, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, so do you eat a lot of spicy food? Because I heard a lot of Mexicans eat spicy food. I'm like, not all Mexicans
eat spicy food, right?
And then she's like, well, yeah, I am too. Like, and then she's like, did you come over the border or did you swim the river? Because I heard a lot of Mexicans do that. I'm like, no, well, I was born in the United States.
Oh my God. Like, but how does that make you feel? Because you're like, are you
angry,
that, you feel like she's ignorant?
Yeah, I'll be like mad, and I'm like, well, did you throw a spear when you were young?
Okay.
I heard that, well, this person asked me if there's like, why do Mexicans steal all the American jobs?
Okay.
Like,
I mean,
really
I've heard that one
pisses me
too,
off.
definitely.
I mean, we wouldn't have to steal you guys' jobs. You guys get off your lazy butts and work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what gets me real mad is when they assume that I'm Mexican.
Right. So assuming, I guess, is a stereotype on its own.
Yeah. Because as soon as they see me, they're like, oh, he's Mexican. Like this morning, this girl was like, I thought you were Mexican. And she was like, you got the hair, you got the skin tone. And I could have said something back, but I didn't want to because I'm not a mean person. But yeah, that made me
You took the bigger man out. I like it. Okay, anyone else? Mentors about, what did you say? You want to say anything? Stereotypes? Pretty common. What about stereotypes for women? You belong in the kitchen, right? You make babies by age 17, right?
That's true. Actually, my family is kind of surprised that I'm in school. My cousin from Mexico called me the other day, and he was like, "When are you getting married?" I'm like, only 19 marry anytime soon. And he's like, we're supposed to. I'm like, nope. He said, why are you still in school? I'm like, because I want to.
Yeah, you want to take, I mean, that's a stereotype. He automatically considered you because you're a female that you're going to have a baby and you're going to get pregnant when you're 16 and you're going to marry by the time you're 18 and all this stuff. So definitely there's a really big stereotype against Latino women in America. Do you guys have anything you want to say?
I feel that, like, I have a 3-year-old brother, and I always think he's my kid when I'm walking around the grocery store or something.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he's my brother.
Yeah. So like if you guys go out, like park, restaurant or something, they're like, oh, your son's so cute.
Or I feel like they just automatically assume, like, you know, since there's a huge age difference.
Right.
That they think he's just my kid.
Yeah. But how does that make you feel though? You know?
I don't know, just feel weird that they would assume that, you know, like not all of us have kids.
Yeah. Anyone else want to talk about it? No? Okay. We talked about this when you guys walked in. One of the questions on here is, what's the sueño americano for you as a Latino in high school? For you as a high school student or just for you as a person, whatever you want to.
Well, for me, for my American dream would be like, instead of when my dad, I'd say when he hits like around 55, 60, like I want to be at the top right now, like own my own business so he doesn't have to work because he busted his butt since he came from Mexico, started from the bottom, and then now he owns his own business and everything. I'm immature. And then now he owns his own business and everything, and I mean he's a great role model in my life, and I see him and I'm like, why can't I do that? If I have more of an advantage that he had. So like I know I'm gonna be something. I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's great motivation for you, especially like seeing your dad come from nothing and now you look up to him and you're like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be there for him when he was there for you growing up, and now you're gonna be there for him when he gets older and can't do the things that he used to be able to do. That's great. Anyone else want to talk about that? Family, definitely a part of your American dream. Taking care of everyone who took care of you.
I guess the American dream would be to pursue your dreams and go big and do things that you couldn't do that your parents couldn't do, and I guess be someone in society, like you know, go to college and stuff, not be worrying about paying bills and stuff and mortgage and stuff, you know, like pay for your home and car and have everything ready.
Yeah, so you don't want to have that financial worry?
Yeah,
okay.
By the time you want to retire, you can retire without having any worries about your kids and stuff.
So one of the last questions on here is, how do you kind of embrace your bicultural status? A lot of you said you're a Mexican American or Latino American, so kind of how do you embrace that, being either a high school student or a teenager? Or
like at my job now where I work, it's like mostly Mexicans. Like I feel like they're actual Mexicans, you know?
Okay. Why don't you feel like an actual Mexican?
I mean, because they've suffered a lot more than.
Okay.
And then they say you don't even know enough to be a real Mexican. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I don't really care.
So they think you're just a young soul, sort of.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't really care. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I'm glad that I didn't have to go through the stuff y'all did. I mean, y'all shouldn't just rub it in people's face. Like, sometimes it's not. I wouldn't say it's like something to be proud of, you know?
Yeah.
Just the things you have to go through. I mean, I wouldn't talk about the things I went through if I was in their shoes. I mean, they always tell me, like, you're not Mexican, like, your Spanish isn't good enough. And I was like, I don't really care, your English isn't good enough.
Yeah.
It's good as mine. So,
so then you can rub it in there? Okay. So you think that, like, at work you embrace that about yourself? You're like, well, my English is good, my Spanish is good, so.
I mean, I can.
You're not bragging, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying.
I have an advantage over them, like, giving, like, customers better service with me, and then they always come and ask me for questions, so I'm like, you know, good thing that I know this stuff so I can help them out. And I teach them English and stuff, and they're happy with that.
Okay.
And then they teach me Spanish, like more Spanish that I need to know.
Okay, so that you practice? Okay. So do you think that it helps your social status in U.S., being bicultural? Definitely?
Because, like, you get more jobs being
bilingual.
Yeah. And, like, since I want to be excuse me, Kim.
Oh.
Just point that out. Anyways, since I want to be, like, a pediatrician, like, my mom told me, she's like, you know, you should take Spanish for, like, 4 years, because when I was younger, my Spanish was not good.
It was not good?
No. I've been, like, raised here, most of my life. But, like, she's always told me that I need to work on my Spanish. And like now that I'm in like Spanish 3 and everything, like I've been working on Spanish, and I mean I'm like I speak perfect English, but it's just Spanish now.
So you're proud, definitely. How many help your mom speak English? Or help your mom with
I
stuff?
help her speak it, but not understand it, because she understands it but doesn't speak it.
How many of your moms or dads speak English?
She kind of knows.
Okay. What about write English? Okay, write English? Today I did this. Okay, so speaking, I mean, clearly is more easier than writing for a lot of people. But how do you feel when you kind of have to, I mean, your mom's been here for 16 years. How do you feel if you kind of have to, like, help her?
I mean, it frustrates me. Cause I'm
Do you feel like the adult?
Yeah, it frustrates me. Like, if I'm like, yo, come to the store with me and stuff, they ask me a question. I'm like, Mom, just learn. Like, I can't be babying you every day.
Yeah.
Like, you need to learn. Like, I mean, I just feel like it's pointless.
Like,
why
it's
come
time.
to America if you're not gonna learn the language or like actually contribute to it? Like, I mean, she's a stay-at-home mom and everything. She doesn't have to work, but still, like, she has all that spare time. So she should be doing something.
Okay.
Same with my mom. She's been here for 15 years, and she understands English perfectly. Like, if you tell her something, she knows what you're saying. But like,
Does she respond usually?
yeah,
Okay.
she like responds in Spanish, but like she can't read it. Like whenever she has a bill, she has me read it for her, and like she's like she'll read it and she understands, but she's not sure if she's like like she checks and she makes sure she's like, here, read this because I don't know if it's like right. And then like I don't know, it's like she's been here for 15 years. Like she should just learn Spanish. Like I mean English. And like she's trying to learn, but I mean it's just her accent is just it's not.
And yeah, what about you?
Same thing with my mom. She's been here for 15 years, and she's been to California, she's been to New York, she's been to Florida, she's been everywhere.
Wow.
And it kind of makes me mad that she's been here so long, yet she doesn't try to speak English at all. But I told her about it one day, and she started going to classes to start speaking English. Yeah.
Has it helped?
Yeah, it helped a lot for her. Because usually she wants me to, like, when I go to the store with her, she's like, oh, tell the lady this, right? And then when I try to do it, she's like, oh, you're doing it wrong, let me tell her. and then she starts speaking English, and I'll be like, proud of you, Mom.
Yeah.
Because
that's good, though.
yeah, it is good. And